right, y'all. This is my update to my process of what's been going on. As you can see, I'm in the commercial kitchen that I cook out of, the Hip Hop Chef, with my people, Fabulous Affairs. Shout out to Bruce and Leslie. But well, I got a moment right here. I want to let everybody know what happens to my situation with the federal court and with me challenging jurisdiction in the federal court, and how did that actually go? For those who've seen my previous video, you've seen that the judge has basically denied me the right to counsel. He refused to allow me to represent myself even after I was found competent at the initial Ferretta hearing with the magistrate judge. He deemed me incompetent to represent myself because I was hitting him with jurisdiction questioning, constitutional questioning. He couldn't answer. He never informed me of what form of jurisdiction the court was operating under. Was it maritime, admiralty, military tribunal, or common law? Which one is this? He refused to answer. I basically stated that behind him sits an American flag with the yellow fringes, which indicates admiralty law. He blew that off, told me I was talking gibberish after I hit him with a litany of Supreme Court rulings on jurisdiction, on due process of law. I continued to ask for a complaint from an injured party. I kept informing him that the plaintiff is a corporation, United States of America, one of which I have not entered into any contracts with, nor am I a creature of, so how can this corporation bring any action against the living being, the living soul, myself? Of course, he overran all that. Told me I was talking gibberish, and this trial is going to go on, Mr. Williams, whether you like it or not. And if you don't show up, you're going to be we're going to revoke your bond, and the marshals will come and get you. And because that's the only power that they have, is gunpowder. Okay, and once I let him up during the pretrial hearing, and had him gibbering, and he couldn't respond properly to any of my questions, then he knew I can't let this guy get up in front of a jury and speak, because he's going to expose the fraud upon the court. So he basically told me I was going to have an attorney, forced a public defender on me. And my trial began on December 12th, I believe. December 9th was the pretrial hearing. That Monday, which was the 12th, I had a trial. During this trial, I did not participate in it, did not say anything. Actually, he told me while I was doing a pretrial hearing, and I said, sir, any attempt to bring forth any kind of witnesses to speak upon my name without any affidavit or complaint behind it is speaking fraud. And I will contest anyone speaking upon my behalf or attempting to speak upon my behalf. He told me, Mr. Williams, I'm going to lock you into a room. I'm going to have the marshals lock you into a room where you'll be able to watch this trial via television. Now, if that's not a clear violation, if that's not just saying pretty much fuck you, and you know this thing in his mind is this old white guy. You know what he's saying? Fuck you, nigga. You're not about to come in here and run that sovereign. So he just ramrodded all of my constitutional rights. Okay. And on the federal level, I sued them under Title 42, 1983, Title 42, deprivation of rights. Well, come to find out, these motherfuckers have absolute immunity from suit. Absolute immunity from civil or criminal suit in the administration of their duties. I don't think that denying me the right to counsel is the administration of duties. I don't believe that violating jurisdiction is in the administration of their duties, and violation of due process on top of that. Okay, so they threw my suit out after about 3-4 months. They threw it out. So here I go. I get sentenced. My sentencing date was June 15th. June 15th sentencing date. It was actually the 16th, which was a Friday. They moved it up one day. So June 15th, I showed up. Of course, I think I'm going to jail immediately. All right. I'm the first one that's called. Courtroom full of people. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning. Calls me up. He actually don't have anything to say. I said I'll reserve my comments for last. Let everybody else speak. Had to have my mother, come drive to Houston. She had to, you know how embarrassing, how horrible it is to have. I'm 44 years old. I love my mother to death. What you think about my mama driving for that bullshit, coming down here in Austin and going before a damn judge to talk about how her son is needed to be free? Come on. Especially when these motherfuckers violating, they've broken their own laws to get me to an unlawful trial. But nevertheless, my mom and I had to produce character statements. I had about 7-8 character statements that he had read before he came out, saying that I won't fucking kill anybody. I'm not a harm. I'm such a good person, which I am. My character statements a whole weight. But nevertheless, he goes into this whole spiel on how I could have maintained my temper when the officer stopped me. Just some bullshit. He just dumb shit. So the recommendation was between 24 to 30 months. Okay, for my corporate statute crime. Okay, not a complaint, not an injured party, not a person. No, these corporate laws and statutes and codes that they force upon us. So the recommendation from the United States Probation Services was 24 to 30 months. Okay, that's 2.5 years. Okay, on some dumb shit. He's like, you're not that kind of person. You have a very light criminal record for anyone coming in here. So, I think 24 months is too much for you. And, I think 6 months will be fine. 6 months down in Bastrop in the federal so. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, fuck you. I'm not supposed to get no time. It was not even supposed to be a trial whatsoever. You did not have an affidavit. You did not have a complaint. I challenge jurisdiction. That's all I'm saying in my mind. I'm ready to fucking go at him. I got the lawyer next to me, and I actually bought an affidavit of facts that I was going to read out before the court. Okay? The lawyer standing next to me is like, don't. Mr. Williams, please just, got his hand over the mic. Just don't read the affidavit. Don't read that. Don't read that. Playing scary and shit. Like, the judge gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give you 100 fucking months. Or what have you. He said, don't worry about this. All this is gonna get turned over on appeal. Yeah, I know. But between that time now, I have to go and sit in jail. You're gonna take my freedom away. My freedom. Take my fucking freedom away from my daughter, from my family, from my livelihood, from all that I do for 6 months. And most people I'm talking to is like 6 months. Oh, you got off good. You got off good. If you understand and know your rights, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I still got thrown into the matrix. Okay, I beat him on a municipal level, county level, state level, and on the fed level, I beat him. The only thing he had to do was bully. He bullied me, threatened, coerced me. Okay, I couldn't get in front of the jury and speak up on my own behalf. Because if I would have, the judge and the prosecutor would have been on trial. Not no gun and all that bullshit. Found the gun in my car. So what? That's my constitutional right to bear arms. I haven't harmed a person. Oh, well, you're a prohibited individual. You had a misdemeanor for assault, so you can't ever carry a weapon again. Okay. There's no law that your federal government can come up with that can supersede the constitutional law. There is none. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. But nevertheless, I went into gave me 6 months. I got a chance to speak, and I just basically told him I was like, I'm a man of integrity, of uncompromising integrity, and it's sad to say that I've witnessed those who have acted in perilous ways against their own oaths. I know when I went to the military and I rose my right hand and swore an oath to this piece of paper that none of my ancestors had anything to do with. Okay, mind you, he was getting our ass beat in the back, castrated, hung, whipped, and raped while this document was being formed. Okay, but I rose my hand and I swore an allegiance to this damn document, or to uphold, protect, and defend it. So those who have been charged with that duty have failed miserably in order to carry out a more insidious agenda. But I would walk out of here with my head high, my back straight, and know that I've never harmed a person or a person's property. And in the eyes of the Constitution, that's a true crime. Not these statutes and codes. Because the prosecutor got up and said, Mr. Williams believes that he can only obey some laws and that other laws don't apply to him. Yeah, you're right. Your statutes and your codes, United States Code this, Texas Penal Code that shit don't fucking apply to me. That applies to your corporation and those who are United States citizens and who are part of your corporation. I am not. I'm a sovereign being, living soul of the man, free of the land, unalienable rights, God-given rights that you can't take away. So he allowed me to get myself together, get ready for my 6-month stint that I'm going to do. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm working on this fucking lawyer, and I'm telling him, make me fucking stay free, stay on bond pending appeal. Which means I get to fucking stay out of jail until an appeal is heard. But the appeal is gonna take about a fucking year and a half. So if I do go do 6 months and shit to get the fuck out, my appeal still wouldn't be heard. And I'm pretty sure that on appeals, the next judge is gonna look at this last one like, you fucking idiot. Once you see the record, once they see all the documentation I placed on the record, my affidavit of living status, my challenge of jurisdiction, my demand for them to produce their oath of offices, which they have not done. It's like fucking pulling teeth to get the fucking goddamn federal judge and federal prosecutor's oath of offices. Because if I could have got a copy of those and put those on the record, that would have been evidence. You're in clear violation of your oath. So these are the devils that we're dealing with, okay? And they're in robes and suits, and they have considered us the enemy, the American people. And I'm free now. I thank my ancestors. I thank the strength from above, the Almighty, for giving me the grace and the courage to go through this, because it's been a struggle. I've been fighting state cases over bullshit, okay? But once I've learned the process, it will never happen. I will never, ever relent. I will never pay for a traffic ticket. I will never enter any pleas on any level. I also mentioned that. I say in this matter, I've never entered a plea. But the judge before you practiced law from the bench and entered a plea upon my behalf. Last time I checked, so that's illegal. The judge said for procedural purposes. Sir, I do not consent to anyone entering any pleas on my behalf, regardless of whatever purpose it's for. Well, we're just going to do it anyhow. Well, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? They're going to just fucking do it anyhow. So that's what they did me. And trust me, I'm here to let everybody know, once you get to the federal level, that's where the devil played dirty. Dirtier. They play dirty on all these levels. Okay? But on the federal level, man, they can ramrod you. They can bring your ass to a trial. You can't do shit about it. If you don't show up, of course, the marshal's coming to kick your door in. So what options do you have? Can't sue the federal fucking judge or the prosecutor. Who's holding them accountable? So they could just fuck over you, fuck over me like they did, and we hope to get it back on appeal. Some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I'm going to stay striving, doing my thing. The hip-hop chef, SoBlak, 1.5 Entertainment, record label, Hip-Hop Daddy Daycare. Keep all my positive things going, because can't stop me. Can't stop this. With the power of the Almighty within me, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and overstanding. And I want everybody to know about the system, how this crooked criminal justice system gets us. And, any questions you have, shoot it to me. Anyone I give any assistance to, definitely let me know. And rest of y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. And always challenge jurisdiction.